Today's Thursday, it's the 5th of September, it's 2024, and I'm down in Magaluf. I've just been to the new market in Magaluf. It's only open today, it's the first of its kind, and hopefully it's going to go from strength to strength. There's quite a few stalls there selling typical market things. It's not a tourist market, it's a market that sells fruits, it sells vegetables, it sells pies and bread. It sells delicious orange juice, different types of meats, the sobrasadas, the typical sausage that you have from Mallorca. Lots of things are available there, and it's just up the road, just up that road there. So here's Morgan's and Zeppelin's just up the top of there. There's a car park, and in that car park you'll find the market every Thursday morning. It'll only be in the mornings, it'll finish around lunchtime. A few stalls today. It was the very first day today, and hopefully it will go from strength to strength. So here we are in Magaluf. There's the Kathmandu Hotel and all the Kathmandu amusements over there. In the distance you might see the cranes. They're the ones that are behind the Baleares apart hotel, and they're the ones that were causing a little bit of well, concern earlier on in the year, which it seems to have been absolutely nothing. It's all been relatively quiet. I've spoken to several people who've been staying at the Baleares, and they've said what a wonderful time they're having. And well, I've never even mentioned the work that was going on behind. It was not significant at all. So here we are in Magaluf. There's BCN, and just bumped into some tourists who were asking the way to the beach. Well, let's go and have a look. We've had some stormy weather recently. But today it's cleared up, the skies have turned blue, and well, the wind that was threatened for yesterday certainly didn't appear where we were, where I was. There was no hurricane to speak of. We had a little bit of breeze, but nothing. It was very calm in the day, and then in the afternoon it picked up a little bit, and there was some rain down on this side of the island. But Mallorca's a curious island, and the weather does change depending on which part of the island you are, and it can be pouring down with rain in one part and beautiful sunny day in another. And usually if you do get some rain, it's very soon gone. So I went to buy a new barbecue. I went to Majorca, which is inland a little way. And while I was there was the most incredible downpour. It was quite cloudy when I went, but the downpour was while I was in there. I was in there for less than an hour, and by the time I came out the rain had stopped, and by the time I got home it hadn't rained at all, yet they'd had a deluge. So that's how different it can be. That's the House of Kathmandu, and that's the Sol Kathmandu Park and Resort. I've come out early-ish today, mainly because I wanted to go to the market, so I'll put that in a separate video if you want to have a look at the market. It's very interesting, and I'm so happy that these markets are actually now coming to fruition, having been spoken about for such a long time. So this is the very first one in Magaluf. And then on Sunday, I'll try and get to the one which is going to be in Palmanova. So it's another one to see. I'm just walking towards the sea now. That's the Kathmandu on that side. There's a little clinic here. It's a private clinic, so you need your insurance, so you're going to have to pay. In front of us we've got the Chinese, which seems to have been there forever, and it refers to itself as the #1 Magaluf China restaurant. Can't say I've ever been there. I'm approaching Magaluf from a different way than I normally do, because where I parked right next to the market, and usually start a little bit further up there and near to Leo's pub. and then walk up and go along the back until you get to the renowned Magaluf strip. We're going to enter at the bottom of the Magaluf strip, which at this time of the day, which is not even 11 o'clock yet, should be very quiet, other than the delivery drivers and all of the bars and restaurants. They'll be having their deliveries. A nice little avenue there that goes behind BCM right onto the far end of Magaluf, comes out right next to Nikki Beach. Bottom of the Magaluf strip, we've got the Guardia Civil. That's the police who are really keeping an eye on the Magaluf strip, which is just up here. This is the plaza. Every time I walk past here, I think of Kenny Campbell. He used to sitting there playing his organ and singing, entertaining everyone. And still gets in touch with me now and again. He's back in Scotland. So this is the famous Magaluf strip. And as you can see, place is closed up at the moment. But it's 11 o'clock in the morning. If it was 11 o'clock at night, this would be fairly buzzing. And there's not even a lot of delivery vans at the moment. A place I very rarely come to in the evening. Guardia Civil office there used to be the tourist information office, but Guardia Civil took it over, I think, really to just keep an eye on the strip to make sure it was everything was okay there, everybody was safe, because in the past there have been some bad reports and certainly had some bad press. So just walking towards the promenade now. Usual tourist shops here. Get yourself a bucket and spade or a fishing net. Did you remember to bring your sunglasses or your hat? Those are the sort of shops where you're going to be able to get them. You fancy a trip on a boat? We're booking those. And there is a Britannia jet in at the moment. They'll be taking people on their cruise around the coast. It looks fairly calm today, so quite a nice day for a walk around the coast. This bar here is called the Bondi Beach. And here we are on the Playa de Magaluf, the Magaluf beach. It's just the bar, not open yet, they're all waiting a little bit later. I'm just getting ready. There are some boat trips organised there and some other sea activities, water sports. And there's quite a queue actually to get on that Britannia jet. They are very big and they have an upper deck and a lower deck. Hadley's Club. You can go and do some surfing in there. Well, some of us could, I couldn't. You see how smooth the sand is. It's because overnight, well, early this morning, the tractor will have been along and it just scarifies and cleans up the beach, ready for the next day. It is it's well organised and they do a very good job. Those skies are looking beautiful today, just wispy clouds, so you do need a bit of shade. If you're wondering where Anita is, she's on grandma duties, and she's with Luna and Savannah in the UK. Savannah's and Luna started their school activities yesterday, I think it was. On the first day they just try an hour or two here and there. Today Savannah, who is the youngest, is actually there all day, so from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so a really long day for her. And well, she'll be having a breakfast, a lunch and a dinner there, I think, so really good for her to get to know other children, and good for the parents to know that they are being safely looked after. That's in a preschool, which is actually in the same building as the primary school, where Luna will be starting, and later on this afternoon Luna starts for 2 hours, so she goes something like 12 till 2 or 1 till 3, I'm not sure of the exact hours, and it's just to really get her settled in. And she went yesterday for a little bit of a trial as well, and she loved it. I asked if she actually knew any of the children that were going, and well, no, but I think Luna's the sort who will very quickly make friends and won't have any problems there. So Anita's on the picking up duties and taking duties, and just walked past Takiri Palace, forgot to mention it, and now come to Tom Brown's with that enormous fan that's absolutely enormous. And one of the things they do with some of the fans here, and we've got that one, is to spray a mist, and well, the mist has the effect of cooling the air, makes it humid but it cools down the air, so it's like a cheap, free, well, not quite free, but cheaper way of air conditioning. And certainly outside you don't really want to have air conditioning on. It's kind of impossible to air condition the whole of Magaluf. There's more of the beds there, and they've got some of these barley beds, and there's been a little bit of a controversial nature of these barley beds, is that oh, that little bit more expensive. There's nobody using any of those today. Whether they will take off, who knows. I'll make my way into Magaluf, just do a little quick round. So, Tom Brown's, people already in there having early drinks or maybe something to eat. What you need is an ice cream. Oh, very nice. If you forget your beach towel, just have a wander around the town. Beach towels there from $4.99. That's, I don't know, very, very cheap. I think I've seen them for less than that. I'm just coming up to the avenue that I mentioned earlier on in the video, near to the Guardia Civil, and so this avenue runs from the bottom of the strip, more or less, to Nikki Beach. So that direction, I'm going towards the Magaluf strip, and if you go in that direction you end up at Nikki Beach. That's me. Hello.
David from Belfast. Pleased to meet you at long last.
Oh, there you go. You're on the video at the moment. Is that all right?
Thank you very much. That doesn't matter. Please, and you and Anita.
From Belfast.
Yes, I've commented on a few of your. I've enjoyed your walks. Song Calais. I love that song.
Yeah.
Down to the beach where you can
Brilliant
walk around
place.
the
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
You having a good time here?
Well, tomorrow's our last day.
Oh.
It's our second week for 2 weeks.
You've had some.
But you and Anita have a drink.
Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Not.
No, you have lost the weight now. You really
I
have.
have. I've lost 20 kilos. 20 kilos. That's a lot of weight. That's a big, heavy suitcase.
3 stone in that?
Yeah. I don't know what it is in stone. That's lovely. Your name is?
David.
David.
Belfast. I have commented on a few of your videos,
Yeah.
but not all.
Yeah.
I haven't been. But I love your walks, your long walks.
Yeah.
I think Anita's running the hairdressers.
No,
the nails
that's
now.
where she normally is. She isn't today though. She's still in England at the moment.
Yes, she's running it last week, weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, we were there last week and she stayed on. She's doing some grandma duties, taking children to school and back and picking them up and things. But yeah, she loves that sort of thing. I just felt I had to come back to Mallorca. I was missing it.
Well, the last week didn't rain. There was the British tourists killed. Taking.
There's 2, yeah. There's one that has been found. I'm not sure about the second one. They went down the Torrente Paris, which is one I've done a video of. But it is very dangerous and they went at exactly the wrong time. They weren't prepared for it. Very sad.
Not much here really.
Yeah.
Really, no. It's warm rain. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's warm rain. I like Belfast. We're at rain's a big day.
Yeah.
I will not hold you back.
Hello.
Steve. From Steve and Anita. And you too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Hot.
Coming towards the end of your holiday though, have you had a good time?
We have it. My mum hasn't been well.
All right.
This is our 5th time here.
Yeah.
She's had pammonia.
Oh dear.
And she doesn't feel too good today.
Right.
But just to go back to the doctor tomorrow to see what's going to happen.
Well, that was nice to see David and his wife from Belfast, and well, they're having a great time. Other than their mother's not being too well. It's the swimming pool up above there. Strange sensation looking at people from below swimming. I go dizzy. And the swimming pool on the other side. Yeah, if you are taken ill whilst on holiday, I can imagine that it's a really unpleasant, in all respects really. You're in a strange environment, seeking medical advice from doctors and pharmacies. The pharmacies are generally very good here. Before you go to the doctor, obviously depends on how serious you are, but the pharmacies will help you, and if it's something minor, they will prescribe various medications or treatments for you. Of the doctors, you've got to be aware that there's 2 kinds here. There's the private and there is the state-run national health type, and depending what your insurance is as to whether you're actually covered. So I think holiday insurance for medical issues, if you even think you might have a medical issue, then it's really important. From the UK, there is this GHIC card, this Global Health Insurance card, and I've not spoken to anyone who's actually used it, but it's supposed to be very much the same as the EHIC card, and so you can go and see a state doctor, and you won't have to pay. At least that's the theory, and that's how it's supposed to work. But hopefully none of you will actually need to go through that scenario. There's McDonald's, Benny Hill's across the road, which is next to Sinky's, which of course is the best Scottish pub in the area, if not the best pub in the area. I'm very, very biased there. Tommy and Kathy have been friends for the past 40 years, I think. Nearly 40 years. I've only been on the island for 39 years. They're just up there. I'm just going to go this way because it means I've got a bit of shade up here. And luckily there's no breeze today because I don't have my wind muffler still. I'm not sure what to do with that. I've ordered a spare part for my external microphone, which hopefully will solve some sound issues. It'll going to require a bit of experimentation. El Gordito, that's not me anymore. Well, I hope not. Gordito is like the little fat one. This car here taking numbers of cars that are not parked in the right place. This one is on a yellow zigzag line, and you can't park there. If there are blue lines, you've got to pay within certain hours, and it's only if there's a plain white line that there are no restrictions. But if there's any yellow lines there, you need to look out, see what the restriction is, and if it's a blue one, you need to look at the paying, whether that's necessary or not. I've seen the tent hotel in Palma Nova. Here's one which is referred to as the Tent Calvia Beach Hotel. Actually, it looks very open. It looks really quite nice from the outside. These are supposedly sort of minimalist type accommodation with less facilities than a normal hotel that you might expect, but still has all of the essentials. So you've got your bed, your bathroom, you've got some food facilities, but not the extensive dining facilities that you would have in most hotels. It's a new concept, and well, it seems to be taking off. I think that's the first year for the Calvia Tent Hotel. There's always lots of coaches coming and going here this time of the year. So we're actually, I suppose, more or less at the end now of the high season. And we've got the mid-season now between September and October, which is when things start to quieten down. But most places don't close. You will find that there are one or two specialist places that do close, like Nikki Beach, I think, will be closing soon if it hasn't already closed. But most of the bars will be open right through to the end of October. And restaurants, and some will probably try to stay open a little bit longer. Magaluf, though, does tend to close down at the end of October, and you come on the next day and it's like a ghost town. So you may want to look forward to that one, or look back and see how it's happened in the past. I was just saying to David that I quite like it in that down period. It's different, it's very quiet, and the thing that always puts things into perspective for me is bonfire night, November the 5th, when we had the scouts here. We used to always have, the breeze is coming up now, we always used to have a bonfire night, and the bonfire night would be fall outside the regular season, so very quiet in terms of tourists, but weather would always be t-shirt weather, and you'd always be thinking, why on earth has this happened? Well, Calvi and other areas continually try to extend the season, and it's always without very much success. So back pretty much to where I started this morning, which is outside the club Mallorca water park, which is in there, and they've got slides and all sorts of things, so you don't need to go to the water parks, you can just go into their own facilities. How good's that? One of the issues with Magaluf is there's not many residents. This is a little housing estate for Magaluf, and there's another one at the end there, but there are not many people who live here all the year round, and that's difficult to sustain restaurants and bars and all of the facilities that are here, so that's why pretty much it closes down. And if you haven't already seen the market video, then that's what it is down there, and it's good to see there's lots of people, and there's plenty of parking if you are going to visit the market. Well, that's brought me to my car more or less, so thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, wherever that may be, so bye for now.